Hello, Cecil County and the world. This is Cecil TV. I'm Rob Churnside, and it is January the 11th, Wednesday night. And now and only now, I'd like to introduce you to the man. We're not waiting till October for Fire Prevention Month. I'm introduce you to the man from Singerly Fire Hall, Tim Poore, who's going to tell us about new initiatives you have. Welcome to Cecil TV.
Thank you, sir. My name is Tim Poore. I'm a 20-year member, past chief of the Singerly Fire Company here in Elkton, Maryland. Singerly provides fire and EMS coverage for 89 square miles in the greater Elkton area. In 2023, we were able to handle 1,695 fire and rescue responses with 5,814 medical responses. We did that with a team of paid full-time and part-time staff, as well as live-in volunteers, a volunteer duty crew program that staffs units at the station, as well as volunteers that come from home and staff additional units and provide extra coverage when we have large incidents. Really want to come out and talk today about the availability of smoke alarms and smoke detectors to the community. Obviously, we had a tragic event on Christmas morning where we lost the life of a 10-year-old child in a fire. And we just want to try and make sure that the community knows that the resources that are available to try and help you make sure that you have working smoke alarms in your home. The National Fire Protection Agency says that 3 out of every 5 fire deaths failed to have a working smoke detector in their house.
Well, I got a bunch of them. And sometimes they go off in the middle of the night. Beep, 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 beep,
Yep.
beep. The dog gets scared, and we say, what's going on? And we have to check them on, and then take them out, take the battery out, and put the battery in the next day.
Yes.
They recommend, right, you should change your batteries every 6 months?
So if you still have batteries in your detector, they should be changed every 6 months. We recommend when you change your clocks at the time change every year to change your batteries in your smoke detectors. In 2015, excuse me, the state did mandate that all new installed smoke detectors and smoke alarms use a 10-year sealed lithium-ion battery, so there's no need to change those batteries anymore. But obviously, we're less than 10 years out from that, which is the service life for a smoke detector. So it's still pretty common that we have those older detectors in service, and they still need to have those battery changes. A lot of times, if it's not a full alert, which most people would recognize, the 3 fast alarms, that's a real loud alarm. If it's not an actual alert, it's just a few beeps. A lot of times your detector on the back of it will tell you exactly what those mean. 1 beep every 30 seconds means a low battery. 3 beeps every 1 minute may be just a faulty detector that has reached the end of its service life and needs to be replaced.
Well, I learned something. How about that? So 3 beeps every minute, it just means that you need to get a new detector.
A lot of times that is a sign of just a faulty detector that has reached its age limit. 10 years is a guideline, but sometimes we have detectors that last much longer than that. Sometimes you have ones that just don't last that long at all. So,
what can a person do? Now, there's some kind of stuff that you should recycle or keep out of the landfill with an old battery?
So with your batteries, the Cecil County landfill, if you live here in Cecil County, they do hazardous materials recycling days where they'll take batteries and that type of disposal information, and they'll properly dispose of them because they should not be just thrown into the trash with everything else.
Don't just throw them in the trash.
Exactly.
Well, people can get new smoke detectors and fire alarms from you.
Yes.
How do they do that?
So the Cecil County Firemen's Association is funded through the Cecil County government, as well as local fire companies purchase their own and keep a stock of smoke alarms in their stations for our members. So if you contact your local fire station, whatever's closest to your house, if it's not necessary, if you don't get a hold of the right station or they're not in charge of your residence, they're not the first due response area, I'm sure that they will put you on and give you contact information for the correct station. But get a hold of a fire station, tell them that you need smoke detectors. They're available through the county. They're available, a lot of fire departments buy them with their own money. There's also grants out there through several local businesses that have provided smoke alarms for the departments, specifically to give out free of charge to people that live in our first due response area and make sure we're providing a safe environment for our constituents.
Can't beat free, Tim.
You cannot beat free.
And saving lives is even better than free.
Yes, sir.
So we don't want to have a repeat of what happened Christmas Day.
Absolutely.
No. And you stress to people, I just heard you to contact your local fire station.
Yes, your local fire
Perryville,
station.
Northeast, whatever.
Yes. So whatever town you live in, hopefully you can just with a quick internet search find what fire department is closest to you and contact that fire station. I know in Elkton we do have 3 stations. We have one in Fairhill, we have one on Pulaski Highway, but our main station is located across the street from the Cecil County Library in Elkton. Is staffed 24/7 with people. Now there's times that everybody may be out on calls, but generally there's somebody there that can help you 24 hours a day.
So always, you guys, I just have a lot of respect for you guys.
I appreciate that.
You help the community, and you give and take time out of your own lives, especially the volunteers. That they're not always all on call, but they're as a contingent on call at all times. Correct?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
And the fire hall itself. I've been to quite a few nice events there. The Paper Americana thing is something I've always wanted to go to. That's coming up sometime.
Yes, that is coming up in February at some point. I don't have the date on that exactly. So.
Yeah, I'm going to make that this year. Thank you, Tim. Anything else you want to add?
No, just making sure that we're testing our smoke detectors monthly. There's a test button right on your smoke detector. You should test those every month. So just the first of the month, press that button, make sure that it alerts. That'll give you some information that if it doesn't alert, that we need to check the battery or we need to replace that detector. And just making sure that they're adequately installed. We like to see smoke detectors preferably installed in every bedroom, but if not, if you can get one in a hallway that's outside of most of the bedrooms, one on every floor of your house. In the cooking area, but not necessarily real close, because you don't want to have a situation where steam and everything you're cooking is setting up your smoke detector, because then you're going to be more likely to disable that because you don't want it going off every time you cook. So give it a little bit of space, but we need to have one in the kitchen area because obviously kitchen fires are one of the biggest hazards we face here. So
push that button monthly, detector.
Push that button monthly, yes, sir.
I've learned a lot, and I'm sure our viewers have too. Thanks, sir.
Thank you, sir.